Hey there, guys. Welcome back. Take two here. I'm couple jerseys into a countdown here, counting down the ugliest jerseys in my collection, and all of a sudden, the freaking the the video on the phone just stopped and shut off. So I gotta redo all of it again. I gotta redo that whole thing. I gotta redo the whole thing again. Fortunately, it didn't do that. Midway through, I was only a couple in, but gotta redo it again. I did a video a few days ago showing off some of the ugliest jerseys that I have in my collection, and I decided, I had asked the opinion, should I do a countdown of them, and I had a few people that went and said, absolutely, you should do a countdown of them. Who doesn't love a countdown? And so that's what I'm doing here. And I know I had a couple other people ask me if I would do a similar countdown type video like Shannon, the hockey guy, does, because he's in the process of counting down his entire collection right now, and he's got a lot. He's got. I mean, I think I have a lot. He's got me way beat. But again, ain't no competition, obviously. But and I also like the way, because he went and he basically redid his entire set, and he had all of his jerseys on these big clothing racks that were just, I mean, they were big. I mean, they're nice racks, but you know, they kind of were taking up a lot of room in his area, and he went and he got this brand new like closet set up through, I guess he got them through IKEA, and he cleared out a lot of space, and I would kind of like to do something similar to that with this, because we've got the jerseys that are all visible here, and but there's a whole bunch behind it, and I'm not crazy about the ones behind them, because if I have to get one from behind this, I have to shove that entire thing aside and try to reach all the way back to grab them, and it's a giant pain in the neck. So, and and we've been kind of wanting to rearrange the this 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 office slash set, because this is my wife's work office too, and and she's wanted to kind of rearrange some stuff in here, and I kind of would like to too, because I kind of like to rearrange this closet just a little, just a bit. So yes, I think it would be a blast to do a big a big jersey countdown of everything that I have, and being able to go look through everything, count everything up, see exactly how much I have, and be able to put a big countdown together. That, I think, would be a lot of fun. And so yeah, I'm hoping maybe in the future to be doing something like that. Now, as far as countdowns, I have 14 of some of the ugliest jerseys that you would ever want to see. They're they're some aren't so bad. Some are just, it's the kind of thing where you scratch your head like, what the hell were they thinking? So we got some of those here, and I've got 14 of them. What do you say we get started? Okay, number 14 is this. This is the Ottawa Senators. This was their alternate jersey back in the I think that was the late '90s, early 2000s, and it's ugly, but it's not too bad. Excuse me. I mean, it's not horrible, obviously. I mean, the Scooby eyes there are just something else. I mean, You know, wherever you go, those eyes are following. It's just it's one of them. You know, it's
Isn't that
one
like
of them
soccer
things.
mom talk for do me in the cul-de-sac?
And you know, it's just kind of one of them things. But you know, I do like how they have this. They have the gold leaf there, which is really nice. And you know, so I mean, it's a lot like Vegas. It has that Vegas feel because it's very similar to what Vegas uses on their jerseys. It's that really nice that gold leaf kind of thing, and it's not bad. I mean, this is definitely not a it's not a horrible looking jersey. It's you know, but it's not the best looking one either. But again, you know, and I like what they did here with the shoulder logo there, with the Canadian maple leaf and the clock tower for the Canadian capital. So so yeah, this one makes the list at number 14. Number 13 on the list is this one. This is the Oakland Seals. This is it's very unique. It is unique for sure. The logo, of course, you know, I think they were they were only the Oakland Seals for what, maybe like a year, maybe two, before they changed their name to the California Golden Seals. But you know, the logo is cool. I do like the logo. The logo is really neat. I mean, you call yourself the Seals, but you know, you're trying to be. I mean, this is supposed to be the seal, and you know, a seal holding a hockey stick. It's definitely intriguing. It's you know, it was a very interesting kind of design. I mean, it was the late '60s, so you know, people were thinking this was, you know, hey, that's awesome looking. Not so much. I mean, the green's not horrible. You know, the green and the blue, it's not horrible. You know, I mean, there's you want horrible. We got some coming up. But you know, I mean, this isn't so bad. And I believe I got this through Van City Sports. That's a very interesting site because they all of a sudden, you could be looking on there and all of a sudden they can have some very obscure stuff that you would never think would appear on there. There you go. This all of a sudden just kind of appeared on their site, and I was like, and it wasn't that expensive either. And I said, I have to get that because I didn't have any kind of, you know, Seals jersey, whether it's Oakland or California or whatever. And so, needless to say, I'm like, I got to jump on that and get that. So here that is. And like I said, you know, it's not the most prettiest thing in the world, but it makes number 13 on this list. Number 12 on the list is the other Scooby Eye Ottawa Senators jersey, this red one. This was an alternate at one point. They had the really nice 2D logo, which, I mean, it's, you know, 2D logo, you got that right there. You know, of course, they went back to this. I'm really glad they went back to this. I love this logo. This logo looks just phenomenal. But they went to this as an alternate. And they thought, okay, we're going to do a 3D logo. Which, you know, it's not bad. You know, I mean, it's not, you know, going to a 3D logo is not a bad idea. But look at those eyes. Anywhere you go, and I said this on the other Sens one. Everywhere you go, those eyes are following. And I never understood what they were trying to go for here because, I mean, it looks like it looks like you're wearing a sash. I mean, it literally looks like you're wearing a giant sash here. And it's interesting. It was a very interesting design, and this actually became their home jersey at one time. Well, it became one of their regular jerseys. Their home ones where they were still the white ones. They still kept the white one around with the 2D logo, and then they went and they did this, and this became one of their main jerseys, and it's it's ugly. It's definitely not the most attractive thing in the world. I really don't know what they were trying to do, coming up with a jersey that basically looks like you're wearing a giant sash. But it is no the Sens sash jersey is number 12 on this list. Number 11 is the first of a few Vancouver Canuck jerseys. This is the original Canucks stick and rink. They came up. I mean, when you're coming up with a logo to try to figure, for your team. I mean, you come into the league and you're trying to come up with a logo for your team. I mean, your name's the Canucks. Okay, everybody's like, okay, what's a Canuck? No, not a lot of people really know. But when they came up with the jersey that they were to come up with, I don't know. Let's just make the logo look like a hockey rink with a stick going through it. And they say, it's supposed to form a C. Now I know where they say that there's supposed to be a C there, but when you look at this, do you see a C anywhere? I really don't. But they came up with this, and the colors are, it's blue and green and white. It's definitely an interesting look. This is not the ugliest Canucks jersey that you will see on this countdown, but it's very interesting. And the fact that the Canucks have kind of went back to the stick and rink, they went back to these colors, and the third jersey they have is the modernized stick and rink. I mean, obviously, people in Vancouver, they like this. And honestly, the modernized stick and rink, I actually kind of like. I haven't gotten it in the collection yet. I've thought about it. I just haven't pulled the trigger on it yet. But yeah, this is the Vancouver Canucks. Their first ever style. The original stick and rink makes number 11 on this list. Number 10 is this beauty right here. The Colorado Rockies. They weren't around long. They were only around for 6 years. But boy, do they know how to freaking make a jersey. Boy, do they know how to do some ugliness. This is 1970s all day. I mean, you look at the, you've got the Colorado flag basically all over this thing. I mean, from the way the stripes are, the way the logo is, you've got the C on the shoulder there, which honestly, I know when I first saw this, I thought, wow, that looks a lot like Pac-Man. It literally, I thought looked a lot like Pac-Man. I thought, boy, all you need is some ghosts to come roaming around and go find some power pellets, and you got Pac-Man here. But yeah, it's interesting. The coloring, the logo design, and I like this jersey. I like it for its ugliness. It's vintage. It's classic. I just wish CCM was still able to make the throwback jerseys, because CCM does these are awesome jerseys. But CCM unfortunately can't make them anymore. But if Adidas wants to try and give a shot at making some of these throwbacks, I think they can make them look real good. But yeah, this one, It's it's something else, that's for sure. The home one, the white one, which I do not have, the white one I do think is a little better looking, but but not by a whole hell of a lot. But it is a little better looking. But yeah, the 1976 Colorado Rockies. They make number 10 on my ugly list. Number 9 is this bad boy. This is the Pooh Bear. I mean, it's Winnie the Pooh style for sure. This has got a lot going on. This is a very very busy jersey with a lot with just the way it's designed. I just I mean the way it's all designed here, it's interesting. I do think it's kind of cool. The Bruins, the Bruins name up on the shoulder. That's kind of a cool. That's actually kind of a cool look. But this is this is a special piece of clothing. To think that when this came out, their general manager at the time wanted this to be the main logo. They wanted this to replace the spoked bee. Needless to say, the fans and everything basically threatened to tar and feather him if he did that. So he did not go through with that because yeah, he would have been paraded out in the middle of the street and would have been tarred and feathered. Interesting little image, but yeah, that's kind of how that worked. But yeah, this is something. I mean, the logo is huge. I mean, for a jersey that was made. This is old school. This is late '90s. Style. Mid to late '90s CCM. Back like when I was still in high school. It's the logo was huge especially for that time. But yeah, thankfully this did not become the main jersey for the Boston Bruins, because boy, whew, would have given a whole new. Imagine the type of jersey they would have come out with after that. But yeah, the Pooh Bear. This makes number 9 on my ugly list. It's definitely a piece of work. Number 9. Number 8 on the countdown is the late 1980s, like the 1988, 89, 1990 Vancouver Canucks skate jersey. Now, the black one's not bad. I actually, the black one is definitely better looking than the other one that they made like this, and because the other one was yellow. The other one was that marigold. So this one is better looking than that one. Unfortunately, I do not have the yellow version of this. I'd see it. I saw it a couple times. I didn't have the money for it at the time. Then when I finally get the money for it, I go back to, okay, I'm going to go back and get it. Try to double back on it. Gone. Because I did. I really wanted the yellow one to match this one. The yellow one definitely would have been on this countdown if I had the yellow one. And Vancouver has had some. They've had some. I don't know. Shannon, the hockey guy, he's always said about the Canucks that they've always kind of had an identity crisis. That when you go to a lot of different teams games, you'll see a lot of one, maybe two colors. You go to a Canucks game and you see Skittles, because you'll see blue, you'll see green, you'll see yellow or marigold, you'll see black, you'll see orange, you'll see red. It's like you said, it's Skittles. And so yeah, this one makes number 8 on the countdown because, of course, it's Vancouver. You won't know it's Vancouver unless you got a V somewhere on the jersey, right? Nobody's gonna know who we are. We gotta put a V somewhere. Well, you got a V on here. Now, granted, we've got a couple other Canuck jerseys that are coming up a little further down in the countdown that are way more uglier than this. But this one actually was not bad. They actually put the logo on here, which looked nice, and obviously the marigold one was a lot uglier than this one, but this Canucks skate jersey, the 1988-89 style Canucks skate jersey, this makes number 8 on the most ugly list. Number 7 on the countdown. You just saw its predecessor a couple jerseys ago. This of course is the Kansas City Scouts. They only lasted 2 years in Kansas City, and they came out with this. They came out with this, and this design. This again. It's got a lot of stuff going on here. Very, very busy. A lot of colors, a lot of blue, a lot of yellow, a lot of red. It's definitely an interesting look. And again, I mean, I remember when I found this, I'm trying to remember where even I got this one from. And actually, let's see, the last Canucks jersey from, where did I get that from? I think I got that. I think I got the Canucks skate jersey. I believe I got through Sports K. I think. I could be wrong. I think I got it through Sports K. This one I got. Oh, where did I get this one from? I've had this for a long time. I snagged this. This was probably year 2 of the CCM vintage line when they first started doing this. This goes back a ways. This is maybe year 2 or year 3 that they did this. So I got it online from somewhere. This might have been River City Sports. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Some of these jerseys that I've had for so long, I don't remember where exactly I got them from. But yeah, this is a very busy. It's a very busy jersey. I mean, you've got even on the back, you got a lot of colors up there on the top, and of course the logo, very very interesting looking logo. This is a very cool jersey to wear around because nobody knows who the hell it is. I mean, I have worn this around and people look at me and they're like, "Whoa, like, what is that?" They have no clue. This is the kind of jersey, it's a good conversation starter. That is for sure. Because it's loud and not a lot of people know who they are. I mean, they only lasted 2 years in the NHL before they moved to Colorado. So not a lot of people know who this is. And it's definitely a good conversation starter. And on the ugly list, it makes number 7. Number 6. Now we're getting into some monstrosities. This the Buffa Slug. The crazy thing is the year this jersey came out, this was the number 1 selling jersey in the entire NHL. Why? Design-wise, I talked about the last jersey being being very busy with a lot of the stuff that was going on, with the colors and everything. Look at this thing. I mean, you want to talk busy. I mean, holy mackerel. I mean, you got white, you got yellow, you got silver, you got blue. And the logo. What? Uh, why? Why? Why would you design a buffalo? You got the buffalo head here. You know, I mean, you go and you design a buffalo head. That's awesome. Why would you design it in the shape of a slug? This thing is, and that's why they call it the Buffa Slug. This thing is just, I mean, one nice thing, I like these. I like the way they did the bee on the shoulder. The coloring is really nice. The sword going through it. This was nice. I love the secondary logo. The secondary logo is really nice. Now, this came out. This, I believe, was one of the last years that CCM did the jerseys, because Reebok was going to take over. And as we saw here with this neckline, that was kind of a foreshadowing of what was coming for Reebok. And a lot of the necklines went with that. And, I mean, it's not exactly the most comfortable to try to get over your head, especially if you have a big head. I kind of have a big head, to try to get, a lot of the stuff up and over and get my head through it. These are not easy to get your head through, and it feels like they're freaking like they're choking you. But this was kind of the reminder of, hey, we're switching over to, we're not going to be CCM, we're going to Reebok. But yeah, this jersey, the Buffa Slug, I don't know. I mean, you don't have any stripes down here. I mean, you've got the silver stripe that's going, from the shoulder, from up here, and going all the way down the side, down toward the bottom. And it's a very interesting look. I mean, the marigold under the arm there, the little blue stripe, with the big white stripe under the arms. It's a lot there. Again, like I said, I like the secondary logo, but man, and this was, I mean, what was this? When did they do the change over to Reebok? Was it 2008? 2007? Something like that? 07 maybe? 06, 07? Somewhere in there. Somebody in the comment section, let me know if what year exactly they went over to Reebok. I think it was either somewhere between 06 and 08. I think they went over to Reebok. Actually, no, it might not have been 06. Might have been closer to 08, 09 maybe. Let me know in the comment section on that. But yeah, the Buffa Slug. Oy oy oy. Very very interesting. This makes number 6 on the ugliness countdown. We're getting into some beauties here. It only gets uglier from here, folks. And we're up to number 5. It is this lovely thing. I just got this probably a month or so ago, maybe 6 weeks ago. This is one of them. I saw it become available through a guy on one of the little hockey jersey groups that I'm in on Facebook. He was selling this jersey, and it's a 2XL, so I mean it fits me. And he was selling this, and he was selling it. He wasn't asking for a whole ton of money, which was cool. And basically what he was asking for it, I'm like, hey, I'll give that to you. I'll take it. And he's like, done. So, and this is a jersey I had always kind of wanted, but it's one of them. It hasn't been made in over probably 25 years, because I mean this is what the Calgary Flames changed to when they had that iconic look, the red and the white. This is what they changed to. They went with, as a number of people have called it, this is the Germany jersey, or the pedestal jersey, or basically whatever kind of nickname you want to call it. But I mean, they went and they decided, we're gonna spice the design up a little bit. I don't mind the black around the flame there. I think the black outline is actually a nice little touch. It kind of makes it kind of jump out a little bit more. But I mean, down here and on the sleeve, what are you trying to do? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they were thinking with this. They didn't have a whole lot of success wearing this. And of course, you've got the pedestal, goes all the way around the side there, goes all the way up. And again, it's very loud, very, very busy, busy jersey with a lot of colors. And, you got the black, the red, yellow, white. It's an interesting looking jersey. And I am very glad that I do have this in my collection, because it is a jersey that I had wanted to find for a while. And like I said, I'm very happy that I have this. And the Calgary Flames Germany jersey, number 5 on the ugly jersey countdown. Now we're getting into the nitty-gritty here, folks. We're up to number 4. We have number 4. We have this, the first of the Flying V jerseys. This one actually is the better looking of the two. The black Flying V. These are jerseys that I had looked at for the longest time. I got this jersey through Sports K, through a Sports K jersey, sportsk.com. I had always looked at them. They had had them for the longest time on their site. I think they actually still have some of these. I think they still actually have the black one. I think they still have the black one. I think they're all sold out of the other one. But I looked at these and I thought, I'm like, I can't do it. But then I went, and they didn't have any in my size. I'm kind of a bigger guy. So, but they had it in basically what is a CCM version of a 4XL. This is an interesting on the tag here. You can probably actually see jumbo size. They actually freaking labeled it, instead of labeling it like a 4X. No, we'll go jumbo. Boom, jumbo. So, needless to say, this is very big on me. But I don't mind that, being a bigger guy. I like roomier stuff. Another reason why I love hockey jerseys. They're big, they're roomy. I don't like being in clothes that are like skin tight. I can't do that. But this one is, now they actually, now think about this. They went from the stick and rink to this. Now the logos, you got the logos on the sleeve. They would rectify that when they made the skate jersey, where they put the logo on the front. So they did rectify that. But boy, I mean, this is this is a piece of work. This is without a doubt a hell of a piece of work. And again, Vancouver, nobody's gonna know who we are, so you got to put a big V here. Big V. Just wee. Still don't know. And of course, you got the same thing here on the back shoulder. You got to have the V there. Got to have a V somewhere. Oh yeah, and down here on the sleeve. Hey, another V. Nobody's gonna know who we are. We got to put a ton of V's on the jersey. And again, another jersey that is an incredible conversation starter. This thing. This is, but again, this is the better looking. This is actually the better looking version of this one. You will see the other one here shortly. But yeah, the first of the Canucks Flying V, number 4 on the ugliest jersey countdown. We're up to number 3, and we have another. I don't know whoever was doing the designs, especially at this time for the Dallas Stars. I think they probably should have been taken out back and drug tested, because they decided we need an alternate jersey. Okay, cool. We need an alternate jersey. Let's just come up with the most ridiculous design we can think of, and just go with it. And the Mooterus is born. This thing is just this is as far as the Dallas Stars, they've had some ugly jerseys. I mean, the word mark that says Dallas across the front. That's hideous. That's just laziness. When you have that nice old school Dallas Stars jersey, instead of putting that on the front, you're just gonna put this word mark that says Dallas, put the logo on the shoulder. Just pure unadulterated laziness. Whoever designed that stuff, you were just lazy as can be. This, I swear they were high. They had to have been high on something. Whoever designed this should have been drug tested, because this is horrible. I mean, this is horrible. I mean, this is supposed to be like a moose head, which is why everybody calls it the Mooterus, because it does. It looks like a moose head. It's supposed to be a constellation, a star constellation. I don't know of any star constellation that is in the shape of a moose head. I don't know. I honestly think whoever designed this jersey should have been drug tested. This is just, I mean, you're the Dallas Stars. Their logo is really almost non-existent on this. I mean, you have it right there. I mean, you've got the star logo here. Come on. You got kind of the star logo there. I mean, at least, hey, we're the Stars. And then of course, you got the star logos down on both sleeves. But I mean, the color combination. I mean, this just went away from. I mean, they had the really nice black jerseys that they had in the 90s, and they went to the they kind of went to the jersey that they won the cup in, which was a really nice design. I really did like that. I like that one. But they designed this thing, and man, oh man, this is, I mean, just if somebody in the Dallas Stars organization goes and says, "Hey, how about we bust out the Mooterus for an alternate jersey?" Somebody smack them in the head, tie them to a chair, and throw them outside. No, do not ever come back with this. This is just, I mean, holy mackerel. I mean, this is just ugliness personified. The crazy thing is, it's not the ugliest jersey. This is number 3 on the countdown. We got 2 other ones that are even worse. Now, these last 2 I flip-flopped on hardcore as to which one was going to be the ugliest of ugly. And this one was actually voted the ugliest jersey ever in NHL history. This is, I mean, seriously, can you come up with, and again, as I talked about with the Mooterus, whoever designed this should have been drug tested. I mean, you went from the stick and rink, the blue and the green stick and rink jersey, and you go and you actually pay a design firm to design a jersey. I don't know how much they paid, but you paid them a cent, you paid them too much. Because this is what they came up with. This thing, which, hey, it's supposed to strike fear into our opponents. No, it doesn't strike fear, it strikes laughter. It strikes, please mock us. Horrible. And the players, oh my God. I can only imagine the players when they first walked into the locker room and saw this jersey hanging in their lockers, and they're like, are you freaking kidding me? You really want us to wear that? You want us to wear this? Oh boy. Yeah, this is this is a special kind of I don't know. I don't know. We're gonna try to come up with a design here. What kind of design are we gonna come up with? Let's just grab some crayons and throw some stuff together, and hey, we got a jersey. That's what basically that it had to have been like. That's how that meeting had to have been like. To just let's just slap some crayons down and let's grab a couple of freaking 5-year-olds with crayons and let them draw, and whatever they come up with, hey, there's the jersey, and you have this, and this is the result. Again, you want to talk about a jersey that's a conversation starter? I love wearing this jersey out and about. I really do. Because this thing, people have literally walked by me and they have literally said, oh my God, what in the hell is that? That thing is hideous. And I have looked at them and I have said, thank you. Thank you very much. This is one of the most hideous jerseys ever. It is an awesome conversation starter. People really don't know who the hell this is. And when I go and tell them, it's the Vancouver Canucks. And they're like, really? And I was like, and I said, yeah. I said, one real easy way to tell it's Vancouver. You see that this big V here? They would know. Nobody would know them if they don't slap a big V on their jersey. I don't know why they did. I don't know why. I still don't know why. And the fact that there are Canuck fans that want this brought back in the blue, green, and white, where like the V here is what was one of the concepts I saw? The body here is blue. You have the orange part of the V being green and the black part being white. No. Please, God, no. What? Vancouver fans, I swear some of them are just they're crazy. they got to be crazy if they think this thing would look good in their current colors. There's no saving this. I don't care what kind of colors you want to throw on this. You can't save this. This is the epitome of hideousness. There's no saving this. But the odd thing is, this is not the ugliest jersey in my collection. This is number 2. I've got one other one that is the ugliest of the ugly. And drum roll, please. The ugliest jersey that is in my collection. I know my wife won't be too crazy about this, but this is horrible. The Mustard Kitty. The Nashville Predators. They come up with, I thought was a pretty decent looking logo. I really thought this was a pretty decent logo. I don't know whether somebody got sick one day. And, I forgot to say, that other Flying V, the yellow Canucks Flying V jersey, I got that jersey also through sportsk.com. Got both of them through there. Again, I looked at that one for the longest time, thought, no, I can't ever get that. It's too ugly. But then the more I saw it, I'm like, no, I have to get it because it's that ugly. So I got that jersey through Sports K. This jersey I actually got this in Nashville at their team store back in, probably 2000, something like that. But this thing, I mean, were the designers in a meeting? They come up with the logo. I don't think it's a bad logo. I really kind of like the logo. It's definitely interesting. There's a lot going on there in the logo. But when they were in the meeting, did somebody get sick and just all of a sudden upchuck all over the table? And they go and they look at that and they're like, hey, there's the color we should make it. This thing. Honestly, it looks like somebody threw up all over the jersey. I'm sorry for being, kind of, icky there, but it does. This thing looks like somebody threw up on it. I mean, they could have done so much more than this, and it would have looked way better. This thing is, and again, there's a lot going on here. You've got the silver, and you got blue down here, which I don't think is too bad. Of course, you have the blue underarms. You got silver down here. You got silver, you got white, and you got blue. Now this one, for whatever reason, they came out with this, and they came out with this funky design where we're gonna make the back hem longer than the rest of the jersey. It's almost like, when people wear it, hey, let's tuck it into the back of our pants. That's kind of, I think, what they were going for with that. But I mean, this is just, this color, this is, oh God. I don't care. If you can't justify that Flying V, that yellow Flying V, if you can't justify that and the fact that they want to bring that back in their current colors, which there's no justifying that. There's no justification in this. This color, this thing, again, I don't mind the logo. I think the logo is really cool. This color, this you can't defend this. Another cool thing on this jersey that I do like, I love that. I love the skull there. I think that is a great touch. I really, really like how they did that. And they kept that as a secondary logo for a while. And honestly, I wish they would go back to it. The reverse retro, they went back with this on one of the shoulders. I wish they'd kind of, keep that around. But the color, it literally looks like somebody threw up all over it, and they were like, and they all of a sudden were just like, hey, ding, we have our color. We have our color scheme. No. another jersey that I can flat say, just like the Mooterus, this thing, no. No, no, please God, no. If you come out with this kind of logo, don't put it on this color. This thing is just, I mean, like I said, they say it's mustard color. Yeah, I say it's more or less, like somebody, puked all over the design table, and we're like, hey, there's our colors, there's our design. This thing, holy mackerel, this is horrible, and it was a hard choice to go back and forth between which one was going to be number one and which one was going to be number two. Was this going to be number one, or was this going to be number two? Was the Flying V going to be number two, or was that going to be number one? I went back and forth, and I kind of looked at them, and I'm like, nah, this one actually overtakes the Flying V. Takes a lot to overtake the Flying V, but this one did it. So this, on my countdown of the ugliest jerseys in my collection, this is number one. This horrible, horrible color. This horrible thing. Number one ugliest jersey in my collection. And I'd like to thank you guys for being here, being a part of this. This is kind of a very long video. This is probably the longest video I've ever recorded, and hopefully you guys will. Hopefully I don't bore you at some point through this, because this is going to take a little while to go through the whole thing when you watch it. But hopefully you guys are able to get to the end, that you can get all the way through. I think maybe in future countdown videos, maybe I'll do something similar like what Shannon does, and just do a few at a time, so we don't get a big long video like this. But yeah, I thank you guys for being here, and if you guys watch this and you watch it all the way through, I can't thank you guys enough for that. And if there's new people out there that are just cruising on through, you pop across one of my videos, or maybe this video comes up, and this might end up being the first video you watch, and who knows, maybe this is one you'll watch it all the way through. You're like, hey, cool, hit the subscribe button. I would love it. I'd love to have you be a part of the channel. I'd like to see this channel grow. It's grown pretty well lately, and which is amazing to me, and I can't thank everybody enough. And again, if hopefully you guys can make it all the way. Hopefully you guys can make it all the way through from start to finish. Like I said, it's a long one. I mean, we're almost at 54 minutes. So we'll end it right there. And again, to my subscribers, I love you guys. I'm so happy you're here, going on this little jersey journey of mine. And again, if anybody out there that's just cruising around, you just happen to come across one of my videos, whether this is your first one of my other ones, if you like it, please hit like and subscribe. I would love to have you be a part of the channel, and bring you on this awesome little journey. And again, would love to have you be a part of it. Hit like and subscribe if you're just cruising your way through and you just happen to pop across one of these. If you like them, hit like and subscribe again. And again, if you guys made it all the way through, thank you very much. And I will talk to you guys again soon.